Hello there, and welcome back to episode 6 of Steel Forest. So, I've taken the liberty to, do some dirty work between the episodes. It was just a necessary evil. We're still chopping away on parts of this. I wasn't able to get done with the entire job, because while I was doing what I need to do, namely excavating the city cavern, all the new people arrived, and I felt like this is the perfect intro scene for a new episode. I don't want to skip on that. So, who is coming on in to us? We have Robot World Champions. Comes from the Ink of Combinations, that's ours, the Lens of Rewarding. I think these were the previous Ford's people. Then we got Mishtem, the Bone Doctor. Now that fella hails from the Lone Anvil. It's you see, quite the fortress tourist, and still a survivor. I mean, these people are really impressing me the most. So far, we've only had 2 people coming on in new, but I stopped the gameplay the moment that I noticed the people. So let's see if the count goes up further than that. There's 19. So, Eurist Tanzas. Alright. So they're coming from that part. Emerald Gorge. Now that's been a long time. That's the Gift of Shadow. And Mishtem the Woodworker. Coming on over from the Cudgel of Perplexing. Jeez, I really noticed that I give them the free choice of naming here by not knowing anybody here. So yeah, we're breaking the 22 people mark here. Barracks, bank plank. Well, Hall of Seeds, Hall of Bravery. Ah, that's the guilds, I see. Ugh. Guilds. Oh geez, we don't have a dining hall either yet in the tavern. Ugh. And I thought we were already set up and done. So, Stukos, 5 years old. Doesn't look like that. 27 people and counting. Coolat Raktakes. And a jolly old sheep. So, yeah, step 1. To pasture those little critters. Those who need it anyways. Then we're going to utilize DF Hack and start using the auto butchery. Because it is just madness not to do so. It's the best way that I found to manage these things, and yeah, I'm okay with that. So, we're not only going to excavate the city today, I already see that. We need more service, and we need more everything. I mean, the city itself will be built very soonish, but I feel like building at least a dining hall and a tavern for those jolly old chaps. If possible, that is. I mean, the Expeditionary Quarter has a lot of problems going on for itself, with intrusions of aquiferous material. Alright. So we're just going to work with smoothened stone on this point. Alright. So with the city growing, we obviously also have a growing list of jobs to do. I want to get done with the cavern as quick as possible, though, as I really feel like this is where we can take a lot of profit. We have now more people to take care of, and therefore we need to get things done. Alright, so I mean, luckily I did prepare the furniture for this place a while ago, so it ain't that much of a big deal now. So I felt like going for a table situation like that. So there's one odd basalt table. Alright, why not? Oh, it's driving me crazy. I can't tolerate it. And I feel like we're taking out that one too. It's making up an odd shape. So, yeah, I got exactly one basalt table. So I'm putting that one into the office, so it's gone from the list. It just bothers me, you see. And this way it stands in a room where it at least makes fluff-wise some sense. Alright, so we got all that. Let's see how much we can do here. Is this even eligible to become a tavern? I mean, a tavern needs a place where people can dance. Where should the dwarves dance, Eurist? They can't dance here, so that's bad. To fix this problem, I just came up with a brilliant idea. We're going to make this place, for the time being, we're turning this into the Sugar of Staves, and the tavern is right next to the trade depot. This is an interim solution that I feel okay with, so people now can get drunk here while they're... So, whoopsie, we need a tavern keeper here, and this is going to be... Yeah, good old Miss Stem can tell us some stories from the Banner of Shadow. And the first artifact is being made. So let's polish the floors. A metalsmith's forge. Ooh, I hope we have what this fella needs. We are really low on metals, but well, no, we got metal. Some iron is around. And, yeah, iron bars and morions. Ilral traded abbey. Talented furnace operator, sadly a possessed dwarf, which means that no talent will be transferred out of this event. Bad. Ah, I hate you guys with your little traps here. So yeah, taking this away bit by bit was a enormously annoying task, I tells you. So if I'd had to do this again, I think it would be smarter to not excavate all the levels at once beforehand, but have it like this. Because here this stuff gives me, supports the floors, and this way you can make it a little bit more freely. Anyways, a iron cap. Huh, what a fitting first artifact. Yeah, first artifact. So, emerald cut morions and bands of iron. Nothing really historical or anything, just a functional item. What a fitting first artifact for a Fortress of War. No fuss, only bloodshed, or the prevention of this, so... If I'd had to write a story about it, I'd say that the spirits of the forefathers have pretty much promoted the production of this item. Protect the people from here. There we go. We're getting things done. I am not going to build any new bedrooms anywhere else than down there. I think it is also now pretty much time to start talking about block production. I mean, we are already on the diorite block front in a pretty okay spot, but it is time to set up other block productions. Very, very important, sir. We have now a couple of workers extra, so we can do. We're going to work with allanite and basalt, as these stones are just so freaking available with all we did so far. Now, 200 allanite blocks and 200 basalt blocks should be enough for a small-scale fortress like ours. I don't really have much room to work with. We're also going to put these allanite blocks and basalt blocks into this box, into this box area here. So we have this little block thingy here, so yeah. Blocks will be first stored in this weird T-shaped area, and then they'll be carried downstairs here, where they will get where they will be used for the construction of the city. As it really saves us quite a lot of time if we just have the material around the corner to work with. And judging from what I'm seeing here, we are on a really, really good pace. Once we are done with all the excavation work, the miners finally can start prospecting again, as we've pretty much stopped the prospecting business altogether lately. But that's also quite fine. I mean, the city had to be built. After all, it doesn't build itself. But yeah, first allanite blocks are being delivered. It's going to be a nice brown and purple city. Weird color pattern, but I somehow can't see it work, I think. Let's see if we are going to take other colors into account. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do here. It's one of the things I love about this game. So much to just pick up, even if you already are quite experienced with the game. Like, I feel like I'm starting something entirely new here, like I've never done it before. This Steel Forest gives me the feeling as if I have so much more that I can do than I ever did before. I feel like a newbie again. It's a weird game. I can only say that much. 2D Minecraft. It's pretty much the best description that comes to my mind. Alright, we are finally at the spot where we are allowed to excavate the last bits and bobs. So we're going to go from that direction and take it off from that way. If we'd be excavating this pod here now and that pod, we'd had a crash situation again. Thieves! Dang it. But, well. There's much worse things than a little bit of thievery here. Alright. So, that's so freaking many boulders on the ground level, though. That's one thing that really, kind of bothers me. I mean, we basically could make a minecart system to transport that stuff upstairs. But, I don't feel like studying these things again. Basically, we would need a couple of ramps, and that'll allow the people to shove up the minecarts, then eventually to transport the stones quicker up there. But, oh well. Let's just say the Banner of Shadow is not relying on this tech too much. Maybe it's even going to be a different civilization where I'm picking that up, but it is on my to-do list. But I've discovered one thing about this game. Take topics when you feel comfy with it. If you feel like a topic is threatening you or intimidating you by just thinking about it, it's usually wiser to find your fun somewhere else. It's a game after all. It should be fun, not work, you see. Alrighty. Well, that's the worst part, but we have to do it. If I'd be just assigning the job normally, well, nah, I don't dare to. I'm so afraid that somebody will kill himself if I just chain up some job. Whenever I think, let's just chain it up, it's gonna be fine. Something has crashed. Nah. I don't want to see a legendary mining dwarf mangled beyond recognition lying on the floor. Had that so many times. Or lying on the ocean floor. That was what we've had in the previous time I had problems like these. That's when I've been building the ocean bridge. Oh boy, that's been a silly idea of mine. But it worked at the end of the day. Not as intended, but well enough. Well enough. Alrighty, the city cavern is almost ready, friends. This is really, really a thrilling moment for me. Obviously, we could have left pillars in there for decoration's sake. Let's take that into account for future projects, you know, after the caverns, before the cavern. Good. So, yeah, I really was afraid that this might take a much longer time than it actually did. So that's really something that makes me quite happy. Now, let's put down some floors. I think that we want to have sort of a plaza in the center. Let's do it like that. Yeah, well, let's make that a mighty old promenade. And we can already take the first pieces of wall. Here I want to take the allanite for the wall material. And let's build our first house here, something like that. Outer walls, doors. And then we'll say that this is the tavern. Give me a sec though. It's a small tavern. It's too small for the tavern. We'll expand it in the back wing there. Something like that. It's always good when the building has sort of a shape, I think. So these will be the guest quarters. We don't have too many here. Something like that. Yeah. Alright. And we'll floor the place inside then with basalt. So, very sorry for the buzzy noises. There's flies in my chamber where I'm recording. They like to sit on the microphone from time to time. And I have all the noise cancelling that I can't think of, but, well, where they beat me. Alright, so that brings me to the point where we can remove this weird tavern monstrosity here and add in a true tavern monstrosity downstairs here. This is making me so gosh darn happy. The apple of shielding it is now. So, place down a chest and have some jolly good fun here. Probably get ourselves a stockpile zone for drinks too. So, food, drink. And be picked up from here. Okay. So obviously this is now only the basement level. And I felt like we're going to go for ramps now. On that side. And obviously diorite, because I somehow seem to have decided that diorite is my roadblock now. And then we're going to build a second story on top of that. So, let's see. A couple of walls here. Allanite it is there. So... let's hope they can build that without locking themselves up too hard. Oh, this doesn't look good. There's animals not being pinned up. The Icon Classic. I don't know how they do that, but somehow there's always one escaping somehow, somewhere. So, well, after that, we're flooring this place inside here with basalt. will take a while as we see. Ah, the suspend manager is disabled. Oh, jolly good molly. This up there won't work. Most likely, but whatever. Yeah, there's somebody already stranded. So we're making these 3 now top priority. So that this sorry old miser can finally find a way downstairs. So, let's get ourselves some further walls down. So that's 1 larger room. Let's see. Ah, well, I can't divide it as of yet. But you might have already guessed it. We're going to put a nice couple of bedrooms and like on top of the tavern. And yeah. This way we're going to get ourselves some buildings together. It's going to be a long way until we got all this. Ooh, that flooring went wrong. But yeah, at least we got something to do now, you see. We got bigger plans at hand. And I like this. This is so far really, really cool. I mean, obviously we need to get ourselves now a lot of buildings down that we can use to get people housed in here. So, well, I want to have another story on this building here for sure. So yeah, the Steel Forest is a city where we are building now much more on the building by building manner, and much less in a excavating manner. I wanted to have that at least once because I feel like this is a pretty cool way of building your city. So there we go. Let's make these a couple of bedrooms too. We're not going to add them to the tavern. These are just going to be bedrooms for people that are living here. Bedroom right next to the tavern, why not? I surely wouldn't mind as a dwarf. It's a very short way to your next drink. What's not to like about that? Alright, so we got a lot of material to work with here. It's another thing that I really appreciate. So, let's see. I think we are going to do something like this here. Yeah, I like that. So these are quite luxurious apartments, but I don't mind. I don't want to make them smaller at that point. And we're going to construct... Oh, wait a sec, I want the doors somewhere else. I want some stairs at the end of the hallway, and the placement of the doors was horrible for that purpose. Let's make it like that instead. And upstairs we go. But not made out of diorite, please. That would look really, really unappetizing. Here we go. And this way we're building our city. So, floor made out of basalt up here. Fun starts when we are going to use differentiating materials for the floors and the walls, and the city starts looking differently at different spots. We're still a long way away from that, but maybe we'll make it happen. Let's see about that. But I am quite proud of what we achieved so far. That's pretty cool. There we go. And these bedrooms work even if they don't have a roof up above them, because they have the roof up above here. Bedrooms up here wouldn't work without a roof up above them. Why? Saying that like this. So yeah, we have now the entrance to the actual city down here. Which goes something like this. Let's see what I'll do with these little balconies. Alright, a couple of boulders here still. It's the understatement of the year. But yeah. So we also need, where I can end today's episode, sort of a barracks-like building. So we really need space to get our people housed in. So we're going to do something like this. After all, we are building a military type fortress, so something like a flat house barracks should be definitely a thing. So we're going to have like small chambers in like that, in here like that. There we go. So that'll end up with a with one room being larger than the others, but I can easily digest that. So we're going to make them samey looking, because we are a military type fort after all. And well, with that kind of setup, we are not utilizing all of the room here. So what are we going to do with the rest of the room here? So we could use that as a guild hall to be, or we could segment it into more apartment area. Just wondering what I could do with that area here meaningfully. Well, so we're definitely going to go for a bit more of this. Just pondered about it a moment and decided that we don't need to have the most efficient room usage here. Absolutely not. There we go. So we have this nice wide hallway here that I would love to use for something, but I really don't know yet for what. We probably will stuff in a guild hall of sorts. I think that would be a great idea. I mean, guild halls have the advantage that they don't require a dance floor or anything like that. And another artifact is in the making. One of the kiddos, 12 years old, working with some stray dog bone. Well, we'll see what happens out of that. I ran out of wood. Let's change that. And kill off some trees. Alright, but yeah, we're already seeing first signs of infrastructure down here. Love it. And yeah. Only downside is that we're quite slowpoke here on the production side, but well. Whoa! I hate it when that happens. Luckily, we have now a mass removal tool. Things like these. Constructions. Effect blend. Zoosh. Gotta love the effects. Many little tools for what they do for us. Because removing these ramps manually, well, that's pain. A dog bone door. Oh boy. Yeah. Alright. Artifact door made out of dog bone. We have an iron cap and a dog bone door. That's the starting artifacts of Steel Forest. My good friends of dwarfmanship, dwarf's craftsmanship and all, thanks for being around. It's been my pleasure, but it's again time to say goodbye for today, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. I surely did, and we're going to continue next time when it is going to be more of the city building part. I really enjoyed that we're getting there now to the real city building part. And yeah, see you there. Thanks for being around. Drop me your comments, leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing. In the description box there is playlists to check out from all the fortresses that I played so far, even an entire different world where I was much more scrubby than I am now. So knock yourself out, have some fun, and I hope you also will come back soon. See you there, and have a good one. Bye bye.